Meet Yellow Dog Inventory. We're a true back office inventory system, fully integrated to your point of sale system. We offer true deep retail inventory capabilities and food and beverage inventory capabilities all within the same system. We're hosted, so there's no need for a server on site. We handle all your backups. We handle all your upgrades. All you need is internet and a Windows, Android, Mac, or iPad device. Yellow Dog Inventory grows as you do. You can start with one store or maybe one restaurant and then add locations as you grow. You can also add a warehouse or you could add storage locations. We're fully integrated to your point of sale system. So all the items are created in Yellow Dog Inventory, and then we push anything new or changed directly into the point of sale system. And we do it automatically and electronically so that no one has to remember to do anything. We then also pull the sales data, and we use that to reduce the inventory on hand and capture sales data. Let's take a closer look at all the things Yellow Dog Inventory can do. There are numerous item types supported. We support any type of individual items. We also support matrix, where you have an item that may come in multiple sizes and colors. We also support what we call parent-child, where you may buy an item in a case quantity, but then actually you inventory it by the eaches, and you need to have that conversion. We also support unit of measure. This is particularly important in food and beverage operations, where you may inventory an item like this. You may buy it in a case, but you may recipe it. We can set all the conversions between each of these units of measures so that all your inventory is consumed correctly and updated correctly. We can also do no-count items, such as services for shipping or maybe gift wrapping, that you want to push into the point of sale system but don't have an inventory on hand. We fully support recipes and kits. In recipes, you may sell a hamburger through the point of sale system, and then when it gets to Yellow Dog, we're going to go ahead and know that we need to deduct the ground beef and the cheese based on the recipe. Now we can also do a production kit where we can take two items, go ahead and bundle that into one item, and then you could sell that at the point of sale system. We also support cost of goods sold. So in a food and beverage operation, between two physicals, we'll know all the point of sale revenue. Then we can look at all the purchasing and all the adjustments and use all the information between all this information to determine an accurate cost of goods sold for your cost of goods sold accounts, which might be food, beer, wine, and liquor. Some other things you can do from an item management perspective is you can do detailed manual adjustments where you can increase or decrease the on hand with full reason code tracking and reporting. You can create item lists, and these have a twofold purpose for either importing into purchasing documents as well as for printing. So if you needed to get a detailed catalog of all the items that you carry and you needed to include pictures and all the information on it, you can easily do that through this ability. Each item can have up to 10 dimensions. The first two are usually size and color, and then the others are typically used for things like maybe material. If it was a wine shop, it might be for varietal or vintage. If it's a sporting team, it might be for player name or maybe the event that the product was introduced, or maybe even the season, such as fall of 17. We can also do scheduled retail changes where you can go ahead and predefine what an item's price could be. That can either be done individually, or there's a worksheet formula where you can assign it across a whole variety of items. And Yellow Dog will make sure that that price gets presented at point of sale for that future date and time. Barcode printing. We can print out a Yellow Dog really any size label or tag. You can fully customize it, putting any of the item properties onto that tag, customizing the font, the style of that font, and then adding either pictures from Yellow Dog or your own pictures and logos. You can use a special barcode printer, or you can print these on just a regular laser printer. Yellow Dog can automatically prompt you to print out these barcodes as you receive a new product, and you can actually queue up all of those barcode printing needs if it makes sense that you'd rather print them out all at once. Purchasing. We provide a variety of purchasing flows. You might want to start with a complete purchase order for ordering items, and then those may be turned into a receipt, and then you can reconcile against an invoice. You may need to do transfers between multiple locations. You might need to do requests, where one location may request, say, from the warehouse or another location, product that they need. And then you can also do a return to vendor. Yellow Dog fully supports replenishment. So each item has its own reorder point and par level. So you can indicate at what quantity do I want to be notified, and then what's the amount that I want to try to get to. We've got reporting on this reorder and par level, and that can even be automatically generated and sent to you via an email. You can also take this information and use it to automatically create purchase orders, transfers, requests, and other purchasing documents on items that are fallen below their reorder report or their reorder point. We also have an advanced worksheet for multi-store environments where you can look at all of your locations and quickly adjust the reorder points and par levels across your enterprise, and then have transfers be created automatically. There's a complete physical inventory process within Yellow Dog Inventory. You can create custom count sheets to include any items and or locations in your business. You can either print out those count sheets, or you can use one of the optional mobile apps to record your counts. And you can electronically upload those mobile counts to Yellow Dog. And you can even perform blind counts to ensure that your employees enter accurate physical inventory counts. Reporting. There's over 240 reports in the system. They're highly customizable in that you can look at each report and then determine what columns to hide and show, and then how that information should be sorted and grouped. You can then look at that report on screen. You can print it. You can send it to Outlook. You can save it as a PDF, an Excel file, or a CSV. You can also save that report to regenerate it later without having to select all the variables again. And you can also set up those saved reports to be automatically emailed to designated users at a particular frequency. There's some optional modules you may want to consider, such as vendor EDI invoice downloads, accounting integration, and e-commerce. Let's take a look. So for vendor EDI integration, typically this would be a food vendor that delivers product to you each and every day. Yellow Dog can go out and retrieve that electronic invoice automatically and add it directly into Yellow Dog Inventory. If there are newer items, the end user can be prompted to go ahead and add them, or go ahead and alias them to existing products that you have. For accounting integration, all the invoices that are entered into Yellow Dog Inventory, whether they're downloaded from a vendor or if they're manually entered, can go into Yellow Dog. They can then be mapped to your specific GL codes and then presented to your accounting system. We work with dozens of accounting systems, such as QuickBooks. E-commerce integration. It's the same as point of sale in that it's a true two-way integration, where all the items that have the web active set will go ahead and push over anything new or changed to the e-commerce system. We'll then pull all the orders that have occurred, bring those into Yellow Dog to reduce on hands and capture sales data. You can send up to 3 pictures. You can send the matrix size color variants. You can send special web pricing and special web descriptions. One of the e-commerce systems we work with quite often is Shopify. Have any questions? Please give the sales team a call at 757-818-9360. You can send them an email, and they'd be happy to schedule an in-depth web demonstration for you and your team. Thank you.